Hello and welcome to the video with me, Winter Androids, in which I'm just going to start off with here because I am pretty sure a lot of the people that are going to be clicking on this video are here for Age of History 3 because it was just released. So I will be streaming Age of History 3 on Twitch or YouTube, whichever I actually decide to actually do, considering I would have preferred to actually stream on both at the same time, but my test I did for multi-streaming failed because my router can't handle it. So if I'm streaming on Twitch, got a link in the description to my Twitch channel, and well, if it's YouTube, that's kind of self-explanatory. Just go to my channel page and it just should be right there. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's now focus back onto this video here, which is the timeline for the series I played as England here on the 1440 scenario, Rise of the Ottomans, and yeah. Final series, of course, for Age of History 2 here, playing as England. Let's go ahead and get this thing started here. Which, of course, obviously, the first thing I do is take over Scotland. After a few little bits here, and then of course go and take over the entirety of Ireland. Because what else am I going to do as England start off the series? But yeah, with that out of the way, I kind of sit around and don't really do all that much for a bit while I build up an army, I guess. If I remember correctly. Got Taurus going on down here. Lithuania growing quite a bit there as well. And actually defeating Sweden in a war, getting Finland. Also all that. Next thing I do though is war with Norway here. To get Iceland and these islands under my control. And to finish them off, go and take all that to actually get them to capitulate. So I end up getting them as a vassal as well. And yeah, Norway was super loyal throughout this game. They end up staying my vassal for the entire game, all the way to the end, which is the very first time I've actually had a vassal that fucking loyal to me. They always end up at some point declaring independence, or were kind of some kind of nuisance when it comes to their position, so I end up eventually annexing them at some point. So Norway ended up being literally the only exception that I end up allowing to exist all the way to the end of the game, because I had no real reason to want to actually control Norway over there. But yeah, I have started colonizing over here in the Americas, of course, getting all that, got all the Caribbean under my control basically already. Going along the east coast of the United States, got bits of South America as well down here. Preparation to start colonizing that stuff as well. Got France there, colonizing. So I kind of stopped rounds there just so France could kind of continue up there because I don't want horrible border gore and everything. But yeah, I basically just focus on colonizing for the most parts for the entire beginning of this game. But yeah, the Minga's gotten quite strong over here. Same with them as well. Moldova defeated Lithuania in a war there, getting all that. Ming just lost a war, apparently, to Ireland, I guess. That's what that country basically is. Started colonizing in South America, going along the coast, along there. Let's see, Moldova expanding more. Ottoman Empire has already been destroyed, basically. Also, I think that's the worst I think I've ever seen the Ottoman Empire do in this game. This is honestly overall just a pretty weird game and overall, with comes to what countries actually did well and stuff. But yeah, I guess this is kind of my temporary stopping point when it comes to colonizing over there, because yeah, started colonizing in South America when the countries in Central America actually started colonizing a little bit of land over here in Africa. So got Southern Africa under my control there at this point, and after that I go up here to start getting all of Northern Canada and everything. and all the Arctic under my control before I go to war with France. Cause yeah, Norway ended up at war with France, so I ended up joining that war. And got the entirety of France out of that, basically. And also Bosnia over here, and this bit of Poland, I guess. And yeah, I don't touch those little bits of land I have over there until later in the game, basically. Guys, there's really not much point in doing anything over there, at least currently, I feel like. I was partially tempted to create a vassal, make those vassals, but they would be very weak vassals that would eventually get taken over by some other country, I think, so I ended up just holding on to them myself. But yeah, finishing up all North America over there, getting all that colonized, and I'm going down into South America and doing the same there. But yeah, with that stuff there done, I guess, Ottomans basically controls most of Italy. And I will just mention this right now, I guess. There are 3 provinces that are completely bugged with a permanent 0% happiness that completely destroys your economy here. One of which is over here in Switzerland, basically. That's Ottomans controls. And then 2 of them are over here with that Tunis controls currently. So any country that controls those 3 provinces is basically doomed to fall, eventually. Which is one of the reasons why I kind of avoided Europe, besides the fact that I wanted to kind of focus on the rest of the world for once, instead of just sticking over the continent I started on, like I normally always do. But yeah, Ottoman already fell, of course, there. Now I got Wallachia there, controlling all of that. Not realize they were that strong at some point. Jesus, they got strong. But yeah, that doesn't last, of course, because they control that one bugged province over there. Well, I guess they managed to win that war, surprisingly. But yeah, got that country controlling all that stuff now. Korea controls basically all of Japan. Yeah. Denmark controls most of northern Germany and has Sweden as well. They got most of the Middle East under their control over here. While also having... Actually, no, that hasn't happened yet. Okay, sure. And Wallachia basically just lost all that. Wow. Okay, sure. Don't know exactly how that happened, but Holland now controls all of that land, and now has that destroyed economy due to that one bugged province. But yeah, at this point, Americas are done basically. That's there is bugged, that's bugged. I already control those 2 things right there. Have not taken over that country yet because they refuse to accept the ultimatum, but I will take them over once I start moving in to Africa over here. But at this point I got all the Pacific Islands under my control and everything there. Just finished taking over that island, colonizing those. Yeah, doing pretty well there. Got that done. Now I start working on taking over all of this land very quickly, because every single one of them accepted ultimatums. Let's see. Okay, they now control that stuff after taking our Muscovy over there. And I think that is me temporarily done with Africa. Yeah. Starts going into India, getting all that under my control. There we go. And then also Southeast Asia kinda, because of Brunei. Right there. And also do tons of trade deals just to buy all this land off of them, because it's basically already been cut off from the rest of their country. Eventually get around to that once I got all this stuff done. There we go. All that done. Now I buy all that land. There we go. All those borders are now cleaned up. Got them in control of all that lands now, I guess. And they just took over all that. now have both of those provinces that are bugged. Yeah. And at this point I finally start focusing on finishing off Africa. Meanwhile, all Koreas are here fighting the Ming. Okay. I very quickly get all that done, to be honest. Korea put up pretty good fights there. Honestly, didn't realize they were struggling that much, apparently. Jesus. But, yeah. Kinda started pushing back there. Slowly. Ever so slowly pushing back. Great Horde at war with Lithuania. Korea just won that war against the Ming. I have finished colonizing Africa, basically. Now taking over the rest of those countries. Right there. Clean up that border here in the Middle East, the Arabian Peninsula, basically. Then I finish off North Africa. Yep, there we go. Morocco's done. Then I had to fight a war with them because they, for some stupid reason, did not accept an ultimatum. Which also resulted in me getting a little bit of land up here as well. So decided to go ahead and take the boot of Italy down here. Getting all that before going and taking the Iberian Peninsula over there. And then I kind of focus on the Balkans over here, getting all that mess cleaned up. And also bought that stuff off of them because some of those countries, the Balkans, had some of that land up here. Also bought Hokkaido off of Korea and stuff because for the same reasons, basically. So yeah, slowly getting all this stuff done. My next target at this point is them, wiping them out completely. Once I have the Great Horde finish them off, because yeah, you had those two bits of land that are completely isolated I can't actually get to. But of course, after getting probability for that stuff done, the next target is of course the Great Horde. I'm going after them and finishing them off. And yeah, there we go. And then I do a bunch of trade deals with Moldova to clean up the borders and stuff, get all of Turkey under my control while giving them that stuff there. Well, meanwhile, Moldova took over the Ming over here, just leaving them with Southeast Asia basically. Yeah, I really did not like that they did that at all. So I ended up having Korea and them both go to war with them, and yeah, Korea ends up winning that very easily somehow. So yeah, they control all of that at this point. I go to war and take over that country, getting all of southern China under my control. And then I very quickly get the Ming under my control once I kind of get stuff more stabilized around here, I guess. There we go, got the Ming dealt with, and next up you got those two going to war with Korea, and yeah. This is honestly the most puzzling war in this entire game, I think, for the series. Is just how much Korea somehow struggled to defeat both of them when they are so much stronger than them. I genuinely do not know why Korea struggled so much to defeat them, but they did. And of course they have to keep dealing with more rebellions as well. I eventually end up just sending an ultimatum to Korea, because they got cut off there due to one of those rebellions succeeding. So I get all that, clean it up, and of course, once I took or sent out ultimatum to Korea, taking all that land, all of a sudden Korea becomes competent and actually manages to win the war. What? You literally just lost your entire country to me, and then you become competent and actually manage to win that war that you're struggling with. I genuinely do not understand that at all. What? But yeah, got all that done. All of Asia is under my control at this point. I go after Moldova next. And then, yeah, they just accept the ultimatum I send them, despite the fact that they were basically the second strongest country in the world, I think. And then, of course, go after both of them, and they accept. And at this point, I kind of just have these countries over here kind of try to clean up what's left, so there aren't so many left. And yeah, because I was basically completely certain that every single one of these countries would actually accept ultimatums if I sent them, I decided to just do an all-out war to finish things off and annex Norway last, just to reward them for their loyalty throughout the entire game. And yeah, I did kind of continue this game here because as a result of getting those 3 provinces that were bugged and everything, it completely destroyed my economy, and I wanted to try and form Greater Britain, which is actually completely impossible because, yeah, there's one province I'm missing to control Greater Britain, which is one of these islands over here off the coast of Australia that you cannot actually colonize because darn thing's bugged. Yeah. But there is the end of this timeline here. And the end of the final episode video for Age of History 2. So, yeah. Looking forward to Age of History 3 and enjoying that, I guess. Learning the darn thing and everything. But yeah, there is the end of this video. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.